The last straw. What about green flags? What made you realize this is where you want to be? This is what makes you want to stay? This could be forever. My God, what happened that was so wonderful that it was a green flag? Going to go ahead with this. Going to commit to my life. And I think it's beyond life, isn't it? Like, or no, till death do us part. But whatever.
Those are the vows, yeah.
It's death. Freedom is death. Christina, tell us about the green flag.
So I lived in Amsterdam, and I was dating a Dutch boy, and we were cycling, and it was starting to rain, and I'm a SoCal girl, so it was a little wet, but my now husband was asked by a tourist, do you know where this like cafe is? And he, is a native Amsterdammer, but he didn't actually know. So I was like, okay, so I guess we're going to keep cycling to our destination. Oh, no. He said, just wait a minute. And he ran down the street to the Canal Cafe on the corner and asked the people where it was, and then ran all the way back, told the people. And, and I just thought, who is this guy that is, like, going this extra mile for tourists? It was so sweet.
That had gotten me too. Like
that made him the one.
The kind of guy he is. It's like, hang on, I want to help you. Wow.
Yes, totally. And that's consistently how he's been. He's working 2 jobs for us right now for our family. So just shout out to my Dutch man who now lives with me in SoCal.
Oh, right, you married well, girl.
Yeah, I did. I really did.
Well, you're already a winner. Thanks, Christina. Yeah, text coming in. You can always text the show, text HF, and then your comments to 68683. Same thing. Maybe it's just when you go out of the way to help people, if you really want to lock somebody down, start doing that in front of them, and that's the green flag for them, because this woman says, my husband will go out of his way to help anyone. Aww. Whether a friend at 3 a.m. or a stranger broken down on the side of the road, he will pay for the meal of the person behind him in a fast food line just to make the person's day. He's also a very hands-on dad. And when he's had a long day and he's exhausted. So, I mean, that's after the fact. The green flag was he was always Mr. Helpful.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, that's very attractive.
If you're not normally helpful, but you want to marry somebody, fake it for a day. We got Kevin on the phone. Kevin, what was the green flag that made you realize the person you were with is the one?
Hey, you guys.
Hi, Cameron.
Okay. So. I knew the green light for us was really when I openly admitted to how many women I had slept with way before I met her. And she didn't judge me. She didn't care. She laughs about it. She makes jokes here and there about it. I've actually told you guys before about it a couple months ago, but I hit the 164 number, and yeah, she didn't really care.
Okay, so she wasn't so insecure with herself to think that she can't compete with 164.
And she's like, that was before me. But I should feel confident because you're the one that you want me forever.
Right.
Yeah.
You picked that one out of the whole
Exactly.
bunch.
And she still makes that joke like, oh, I'm 164. Okay.
You know why she doesn't care? Because she's had 564.
I think it's 664.
Oh, yeah.
Experience.
I know.
There you go, Kevin. You've already won. So thank you for calling in and telling us about the green flag that made you realize this is the person for me. Hello, CJ.
Hey, how you guys doing?
How'd you know she was the one?
We were both living in Las Vegas at the time. I went out on a blind date, and being a Southern raised man, I went ahead and at the pool hall, pay for the first round of pool, pay for all the beer and everything. She wouldn't let me. She bought the first pitcher of beer.
Oh, that's good, ladies.
That's really good move. Yeah, it's like, no, listen, we're coming in this together. It's all good.
Here we are, 13 years, 4 kids later, doing great.
And how many pitchers of beer you guys shared since then?
Oh, we're more whiskey people now, but more than enough.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing when I met my wife. She's my second wife. She came in, and there's me and my buddy playing pool. She's like, mind if I play pool with you guys? I'm like, sure. She was hot, just racked beyond belief. Not the pool table, my wife.
Nice rack in both places.
It was a good rack. And the waitress came over and asked her what she wanted. She goes, "I'll take a Budweiser and a shot of Jack Daniels." I'm like, "Oh my God."
That's it.
I was done. I'm with you, CJ. I'm going to give you a prize. I'm going to give you a 1-year VIP to HeidiandFrank.com.
Hey, guys, I already support you. I already have a 1 year. Give it to somebody else.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, CJ. Thank you so much. All right. Talking about the green flags. Another text coming in. So when I was pregnant, I woke up at 3 a.m. with the worst heartburn and no relief on hand. My husband, then boyfriend, drove 10 miles round trip in 20 degrees using our only transportation, a motorcycle, to get me some Tums. Whoa.
Oh, my God.
Once again, being super helpful.
That is, yes, but my God, I'm just having those feelings now.
What?
For those guys. Yeah, that is amazing.
20 degrees outside, below freezing on a motorcycle, driving
get
for
her
Tums 10 miles away. That was a bitter ride. That bitch. That was his red flag. Your green flag, his red.
And then he's getting
Can
back.
you get me some Tums? It's 20 degrees outside. It's 10 miles away. Please. Okay.
Oh, and then he climbed back in that warm bed with her.
Then he did. They've been together ever since.
Yeah.
She was pregnant at the time. Their boyfriend pregnant. He's trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, and he did. They got married.
All right. Sammy, how'd you realize your first husband was the one? What was the green flag on that first guy?
Well, you see, that's the problem that I realized after. I never had that moment.
She always had the yellow flag. It never started the race, really. She's like, okay, we're still under caution. I'll marry him.
Kinda, yeah.
Well,
Oh,
and I
my
think
God.
too,
I
with
never
you,
had that moment.
But I
I know
think-
that's terrible.
Well, it's good to look back
it's
and see that
fine.
now.
Right.
But I think too, what's more difficult for you is like you've known him since what, 5th grade?
7th grade, yeah.
She had a crush on him in 7th grade, so when you grow up together like that, I think things get kind of cloudy too. It's like
Right.
familiar, so you think it's, but it's not.
I definitely was like in love with him in junior high.
So that's why. Her green flag was a 7th grade crush. It's like, oh, I love him.
Yeah.
And then that just kind of went into their adult life and got married.
Yeah.
He married the 7th grade crush. It turned out he sucked.
Well, it wasn't just that. And then we were friends in high school. Our first kiss was on his 16th birthday. Like, we have things along the way.
Okay, so history was your green flag. We have history together.
Like I know him. And we've
7th
had
grade
these
moments on like
memories.
Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hard
I
to
get
walk.
it.
Hard to walk away from that, but
I get it.
maybe not walk into it forever.
Lisa's got a green flag. That's what we're talking about right now. If you got a green flag for your relationship, the red flags are negative. It's like, when did you hate somebody? You knew it. You know, okay, they're a racist. Red flag. But what's the green flag? Lisa, tell us a story.
All right. My story is when I was 16 and my now husband was also 16, we both worked at the Hollywood Bowl. I was an usher, and he sold those cushions that you sit on because they're all bench seats.
Yeah.
And I had my flashlight out, and we were flirting over the weeks. And he said, hey, can I see your flashlight? I'm like, sure. So I gave it to him, and he stuck it down his pants. And I thought it was just so funny and so weird that I knew he would be the one that I would marry someday. And we're 51, and we're still married.
Oh, wow. I love it. Did he put the light on in his pants? Like, hey.
No.
He just wanted you to see, look how big and large his flashlight is.
Good Lord, I guess.
That's funny.
All right, Lisa. Thank you.
That is only going to work on a certain girl,
Now,
I will
does
say.
he have a mag light in his pants? Or?
Oh, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Takes about
Ooh.
4D batteries. Thank you, Lisa. She's already a winner.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here's another text coming in on the green lights, or the green flags when you're in a relationship and working it out and getting to know each other, and then something happens like, this is the one.
Yeah.
That's the voice in your head, but probably sings better than that. A text coming in says he always texts or calls when he gets off work or when he gets home after leaving my house. I never wonder where he is or what he's doing, and I never have to ask. He's just always right there. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
You
I'm here,
always
I'm here,
acted out like
I'm
that.
here,
He's
I'm
just
here,
going,
I'm
hey,
here,
babe,
I'm
I'm
here,
home.
I'm here.
Love you. That's it.
Because if she didn't do that, she'd be so insecure about wondering where he is that he's just like, let me just throw it out there before you can ask, and that way it looks like I'm the one. But what a pathetic situation.
Oh, my God. It's her green flag. He's just respectful. Like, hey, babe, I'm home. He leaves her house.
He
You know,
respects her insecurities.
You know when you go, hey, text me when you get home, make sure, I just want to make sure you got home okay so I can sleep and relax. And then you're like, hey, Just pull in the driveway. All good. Good night. Love you. Okay, good. I know you made it home. You didn't die in a car crash on the way home.
I guess you can do that even if you didn't go home. Yeah, I made it home.
Oh.
So you can go ahead and do that, fellas, I guess. That's what they need to, lock them down.
Yeah, if home is a girl named Jennifer.
No, it's Jake from State Farm.
Oh, really? It's Jake from State Farm. What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis. All right.
Well, she sounds hideous.
Eric, do you want to play?
Sure.
I'm sure you got green flags.
Oh, so many green flags with my wife. I guess the first green
Very first
flag
one.
was that she doesn't play games at all.
Like Monopoly, nothing like that?
No, she doesn't play psychological
Uno?
games. And she doesn't...
Blackjack?
She's not into all that.
Sorry?
So... She doesn't actually play. I don't think I've ever played a board game with her now that you mention it. But
Scrabble?
so when I met her on MySpace, and she said we talked back and forth, and then I go, "Hey, we should get on the phone together and talk to each other." She goes, "Well, if we're going to move it to that level, here are some things you should know about my life. A, B, C, D. I have an issue here.
Ooh,
my
wow.
family, this."
She was trying to scare you off.
She was seeing if it would scare me off, and it didn't. But the fact that she was so open right up front, every issue I was going to run into for the next 6 months, I was prepared for. And I really respected that. And then when I hung out with her and her friends, I realized, and they're probably listening, and I don't really care, stop being fake friends to each other, because that's what they were. They would talk about each other behind one another's back, and they would demean each other, but then put on happy faces when they saw each other.
That's just women.
But not my wife. And I realized she would walk away from those conversations, wouldn't participate. She wanted no part of that negativity.
She wouldn't throw people under the bus.
No, it was
behind their back.
fantastic.
Yeah.
She was fantastic.
Something about that.
Yep.
Not the big gossip queen.
Yep. She's not a gossip person at all.
All right, we got Chris talking green flags, a little positivity towards relationships. We never do it on this show, but might as well to see what was the situation, what was the action, what was said that made you think this is the one. Hello, Chris.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, so I met my wife online, and she was from Shanghai, China. So I traveled over to Shanghai to spend time with her, spent 15 days there with her. And it was cold, so I went out shopping for a wool top coat. So we went to this mall, and we talked to the guy and tried to negotiate a deal, and he kept pushing the deal, and we're like, hey, this guy's kind of rude, let's walk away. And as we're walking away, he's yelling at us and following us through the mall and just screaming. Now I'm surrounded by 30 people inside this mall, and I'm thinking, wow, this is crazy. And she steps in the middle, puts her hand out in front of this guy and tells him, hey, you need to respect me, lower your voice. And I was like, oh my God, this is the one right here.
Wow. Was she tiny?
No, my wife is about 5'4", 5'5".
Yeah.
Yeah, so she stepped in front of this guy and just brought the whole situation down, and I was like, wow, that was impressive, man. She stood right in front of me and put her hand out, was like, talk to the hand.
Chris, what do you consider tiny?
What do I consider tiny?
Yeah, if you asked your wife's tiny, you said no, she's 5'4". What do you consider a tiny person?
I would say 4'11", 5 foot even.
Okay,
that's tiny.
The 5-footers. Okay, I'm with you on that, Chris. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, 5'4", 5'5". That's a good height for a human being.
A human Chinese girl.
Jordan, you're happily married, so what's that green flag? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember the first time I got the green flag, and one of the first dates we had, I had taken her to a Motorhead show, and that, like, up front was pretty cool that she was down to go to a Motorhead show. And then afterwards, we hit this drive-through in Long Beach because we were hungry.
For Motorhead's second act?
Well, just, drunk eats. And she pulled in, she was driving, and she asked me what I wanted, and then she stopped, and she's like, no, I know what you want. And she ordered for me. And that was it was double cheeseburger with bacon and avocado.
Whoa.
And then she got me a milkshake. And for whatever reason, I was just completely enamored by that. I was like, dang, she nailed it. I didn't even know I wanted a milkshake.
Okay, so basically what she did get you was the delicious combo that you wouldn't have got yourself, but she basically introduced you to something that was fantastic.
Yeah, and I'd never been to the spot before. She drove us there, ordered for me, got me what I wanted. It was awesome. So ever since then, it's just been on kind of.
So have you ever been able to order anything for yourself since then, or does she always order for you?
I know what you
No,
want.
we switched. Like, we're two independent souls that live and cohabitate together, and it's one of those things.
Jordan.
When I found it, I was just like, "This is gonna work," and it has ever since.
Wow.
Two independent
double cheese
souls.
and a milkshake. That's the name of your book.
I'm a simple man.
Two independent souls who cohabitate together. Wow, Jordan, you are a player.
A player.
Because he somehow makes like we're two individual souls. You know, we just cohabitate.
He's
It's
a word player, you mean? He
mean-
makes things sound better than they are.
I mean, I get what he's saying, and they make that work. They're not like always together. They're,
Is that what you consider you and your wife? Two independent souls are just cohabitating together?
No.
What would you say?
We're two entwined souls. Two entwined snails.
You're codependent. He's saying they're not codependent.
Yeah, two codependent wenches who are stuck together at the groin.
Yeah, like Siamese twins that can't be torn apart. Or one will die, or perhaps both.
Two sucker fish on the side of the aquarium sucking each other's algae.
Yeah. Real clean.
I would ask you, Johnny, but I don't know if you have a green flag. I think I might know what it is. I'm going to write it down.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Give yourself a second.
I got to. Hang on.
Johnny is married, and so I'm going to guess what the green flag was because I know your wife. Okay. Now you can tell us.
I know what you wrote down, though.
Well, how do you know what did you look?
No, I'm assuming.
Oh, so I'm
But
guessing
I'll tell you what
you're
it
going to
is.
say, now you're going to guess what I wrote down, but
Yeah,
guess what?
I'll tell you
All right.
what it is. When I told her I wanted to be a stay-at-home dad without the kids, I said, that's what I want to do. She said, okay. And I was like, that's my soulmate right there.
Yeah.
But you wrote down when I saw her, and she looked like Britney Spears.
Britney Spears.
Yeah.
I wrote down, Britney Spears lookalike, but she's also take charge. Like, his wife handles everything. She handles business. Like, she is that woman who's like, I got it, I'm handling it, I'm doing it. And she looks like Britney Spears.
Right.
It's like Britney
Yeah.
Spears seems like she can't really handle a lot. His
Yeah.
wife is like, no, not only do I look like Britney Spears, I handle
Yeah,
everything.
she's not going to lose
She
her
takes
mind.
care of me. That's what I needed in life, and that's what she does, and that was the flag right there.
Yeah.
Look at
Green
that.
flag.
It's a good
Good
one.
for you, man.
Thank
It's a good one.
Oh, also when we banged. That was.
You remember that
I was
first?
like, all right, yeah.
That was a good one.
I
You
will
remember
stick
that
with this
first-
for the rest of my life.
Really?
Oh,
I thought,
yeah.
didn't she used to give you lap dances at parties and stuff?
Yeah, the first time I met her, she gave me a lap dance.
Oh my God.
What?
She's not even a stripper. She was just at a party.
No, just a party. Ah,
A girl like Britney Spears giving you a lap dance? Yeah, it's green flag.
How long after that dance did you get an engagement ring out?
8 years.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah, it was a long time. Yeah,
Oh, wow. You really made sure you were in it.
yeah.
Oh, that's probably smart.
I guess I haven't asked you, Heidi. What was your green flag? You knew that she was the one.
It's tough because there were so many.
tough.
Well, it's tough because there were so many things along the way. The thing that I think that I love about her is all the things that I'm not, that she is. And so all the, like, she was.
Smart, funny.
Yes, very
Talented.
person,
Good-looking.
very natural beauty, not a stitch of makeup on, icy green eyes, dark,
Successful.
insane. So she's very, very persistent. I mean, I met her in 1998, and in that moment, I told you when a friend brought her to my house, and I was like, "Why do I feel this way? I've never felt this way about any other person before her."
And
or
she was
obviously
with somebody
since.
else at the time.
No, they were just friends. She goes, "Can I bring somebody?" My
I
friend.
mean, you were.
Yeah, I was with
So
somebody.
you
and-
weren't even looking.
I was kind of unhappy, but yeah, I definitely wasn't looking. And then I had that feeling, and then that was in 1998, and we didn't get together until many years later. But she always, from that day, pursued me. She didn't and it wasn't necessarily in a disrespectful way because I was in a relationship, but she was just like, no, I knew you were going to be mine, and I was going to make you mine. And she's just very persistent.
You know why she's yours and why she's persistent? Did she ever tell you that story?
Why she's yours and why she's mine and why she's what?
It was me.
What?
Your wife approached me.
What?
Around 1998, I think it might have been, at Gladstone's. We did an event out there.
That's right.
And she was there. Mm-hmm. And then back then she had blonde hair.
Yeah, she had, but she's always changing.
And so, yeah, she, after the event, pulled me aside and was asking me about you. And, what's your situation? And I knew your situation wasn't really that happy because you talked to me about it. And I said, well, tell you the truth, I don't think she's happy with her situation. So, I mean, if you want to step towards it, I'd do it right now. Timing wouldn't be any better.
Wow.
And so basically she asked me if you were somewhat available. And I told her to take the shot. And at the start of the persistency and the consistency of her pursuing you, maybe through that world of yours, knew a friend who knew you and got invited to the party and knew that look on her face was knowing that you're unhappy going in. So I gave her that nudge. You wouldn't even have her. I could have said she's extremely happy and she's she's monogamous. She's never going to cheat on us. Don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time.
And you wouldn't have been with her today. Never told you that, huh? Never told you about sitting at a booth? Me and her sitting at a booth at Gladstone's. Ask her about it.
I will.
Jew and Frank sitting at a booth at Gladstone's to talk about
Although
me.
her coming to my house for that party was before Gladstone's. So I had met her. Like, that's what we had that.
Really?
Oh yeah. That was years before. And then, because Gladstone's was had to be 2000 or after.
Really?
Because that was 97.1.
Oh, right, that was 97.1.
So I met her.
Maybe you came out for Star.
I met her in 98. Anyway, but and then she's very confrontational, and not necessarily in a bad way, but in a if an order's not right, she steps up and goes hey, this needs to be changed. I'm like, let it go. She goes, no. This is
that sounds like a red flag.
No, she has that part of me that I don't have, where you speak up, you speak your mind. It's okay, you get things done. Where I'm just like, just let it go, and she goes, no, you ordered this.
No. I'd be like, no, you're not going to send my food back to get a loogie in it. No. Sorry, that's red flag. I'm out.
No, for me, it's a green because I need that in my life because she helps me. It balances me out with me just going.
The green is the loogie in your suit that she just basically got. That's the green flag. All right. Thank you, everybody who called in. A little lift me up about what's good about a relationship, what made you believe they were the one. Thank you for calling in. Right now, we're going to have to take a quick break. Come right back. We're Heidi and Frank.
Now.